So this is part 15, and I think I'm going to divide this into three parts because I have the question, how does the interplay of sex, gender, and politics in Nigeria contribute to a culture of governance that disadvantages women? And I have a 15-part answer to that. So I'll take up the first four, and then in 15B, I will take up three, and then I will take up three more. So this is part 15 of what I said in chapter 6 of gender and development in Nigeria. And again, the question is, how does the interplay of sex, gender, and politics in Nigeria contribute to a culture of governance that disadvantages women? So here are my first four ways of how sex, gender, and politics in Nigeria disadvantages women. Okay. I show an intricate link in this chapter between sex, gender, and politics in Nigeria and I argue that it forms a culture of governance that disadvantages women. This culture, I also argue, is deeply rooted in structural violence. So I'm going to talk about 10 ways. These are the first four. The first of the ways is patriarchal nationalism. I say in the chapter that Nigeria's political system operates on principles of patriarchal nationalism, which confine women to the domestic sphere. This ideology enforces traditional gender roles, where women are expected to prioritize family and procreation over personal aspirations. Consequently, women's participation in politics is seen as a deviation from the norm, leading to women's marginalization and exclusion from arena where they could exercise power. Second is violence as a political tool. I suggest a disturbing trend of violence against women in politics. Women who dare to enter into the political arena face threats, ridicule, intimidation, and even physical harm. And lately, with the growing importance of social media, there is cyberbullying. There's also the fact that the violence is used as a deterrent that discourages women from actively participating in politics. I emphasize that this violence is not random, but rather it's a calculated strategy to maintain male dominance in politics. Third, there is economic disparity between men and women and the exclusion of women. I say that poverty and economic disparity further exacerbate the challenges faced by women in Nigerian politics. Women, particularly those from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, lack the financial resources and social capital necessary to navigate the political landscape. This economic disadvantage limits women's ability to campaign effectively, build networks, and secure positions of power. Fourth, there are deep-rooted elements of structural violence. And I emphasize that structural violence is a fundamental cause of women's disadvantage in Nigerian politics. This violence is embedded in the social, economic, and political systems. It perpetuates inequalities and hinders women's advancement. It manifests in various forms, including discriminatory laws, limited access to education and healthcare, and also societal norms that reinforce male dominance. So part 15B coming up.